Hello, this is a short presentation about English conversation in which I will be discussing slide by slide why I've set it up the way that it is shown. As you can see, the next slide says welcome, and this is when you welcome everyone. And at this point, you can do introductions, have them state their name, and share something about them if they would like to do so. Because it is new, they may not want to, but it's something that can be thrown out there. Uh, you may also want to state that there will be no discussions about religion, politics, or private matters. Uh, the reason why private matters, just not and not sex, is to avoid any backlash. However, people may view things. And lastly, and most important of all, is to be respectful of each other. Then we can move on to the discussion. It can begin as an icebreaker, it could be a question or a statement. Open ended questions are a great way to start a conversation. In this case, I use the example to open anything up, which ask anything that you're curious about. In past experience, th- this has led to a good conversation. There are many things that people are curious about. It could be anything about the American culture, as to the way cars are made, little things that someone that has not lived in the U.S. may notice. So this is the opportunity for them to ask anything about that. Then we can move on to a discussion about the weekly letter, which allows a person to think about words or come up with new words, and then create a sentence. While this is done, the especially if you have this pulled up on a projector, it is very useful to open the Word document to type out the word that they come up with and then type out the sentence. Since this is about learning, they may say the sentence in the correct way. If not, this is an opportunity to type it up correctly so that way they can see what it looks like and have a better understanding of the spelling. And if they have any questions, that is an opportunity to do so, but not just the person that's stating the word and the sentence, but perhaps somebody else that has not been introduced to that word. Um, it's a good learning tool when they can see how things are written. Then we move on to the activity. The activity for this PowerPoint is a crossword with banking. First, you can pass out the crossword handout for them to have in front of them. Again, if this is done with a projector, they can, see the online crossword. You can pull it up from the given PowerPoint. You can also create your own at puzzle.org. And with the projector, you can do this as a group. Go through each clue and have them solve the crossword by providing the correct word that belongs to the space. And it's also an opportunity for them to read and provide an answer or get help from the group. In this slide, you will see a picture of the actual crossword, which has the crossword itself, a word bank, and also the clues that go across and down that they will be using to solve this. Finally, there is the end, a thank you to all the participants and a request to share any topics or any other things that they'd like to discuss. Based on past experience, they have shared to talk about synonyms, word sounds, anything that could be a little bit more specific. Not necessarily getting into grammar in depth, because it is not a class. It's up for conversation. So anything's open, and we are there to support any questions that they may have regarding that, uh, not necessarily teaching. And then you can tell them that we'll see them next time. And thank you for watching this.